Hey guys, how's it going? It is October 24th, 2017 at 9:05 p.m. Wow. Big difference between tonight and last night. One, I don't have that much time, so we'll see what I can do. And yeah. I was like, I went to check the just went to check the views and just to see what was happening. I was like, two thumbs down, which is actually more than I get in most videos, so I don't know. Hopefully, it won't be that in a while. I haven't had two thumbs down in a while. I get the odd one. Well, I should say the odd one, the occasional or the normal one every now and then. They don't like the boring stuff. Um, Gonna try a few things, just some small steps. Taking it baby steps and not try to be too aggressive. Thing with me right now, I'm obsessed of getting this done, but I'm also kind of obsessed with getting it right. So I have a lot of, I would say I have a lot of momentum right now, despite what it may look like setbacks, because I keep saying, okay, here's the big push when it doesn't happen. Here's the big push when it doesn't happen. So let's just see where I can go from here. I want to check out the forum just to remind myself where I'm at. And let's see here. Oh yeah, there's for those guys who aren't aware, there is an RTS type replacement that is in the works right now. That is, it could even be it's in testing phase or something's going on. I haven't seen it. I've also declined to do any work on it simply because I'm too busy with this right now and I don't want to interfere with that. So, but there is a car forwarding software inspired by some of the work we've done with RTS that is out there. So if you guys have been patiently for a long time waiting for that, you're likely to see that come in this probably 99% more out of that than you will see RTS2. In fact, it could be even like I think it's in testing phases right now. So check it out. It's on the forum. And by all means, I will post links up here if it's at a stable level where they want me to put in download links or anything like that. I will put it in there. Not a problem. And I'll see what others think. So let's see here. I did post something today. Okay, updated status. Okay, this is what the one thread that I posted today. This is what I'm looking at doing right now within the next 2 hours. So last night I was very tired for one, and it just basically um, it was discouraging that I didn't have the energy or didn't have the thought process or didn't have the drive or whatever the hell it is, or focus, I think would be the main word, to get through to it. But I didn't, so that's just the way it is. But I tried, for long enough. And I'm certainly nowhere near burnt out. That's a good thing, because I'm too close. I'm very close. I mean, it's there. This isn't an impossible thing. This isn't something I'm going to give up on. It's there. So what there was a talk, actually we got into some replies, and I'm going to actually try this. It says priority. I might have switched these priorities around a little bit. I'm just looking at that priority number 2, priority number 3. I didn't really type this as at work, so I typed it pretty fast, but so the hump's going to go to priority number 3, which is fine, which is good actually. I don't know what priority number 1. I guess that's it, which is what I'm thinking, but anyways. Went 2, then I went to 4 or 5. I was going to push that to 3. What the hell is priority number 1? Yeah, whatever. and I mean, I was awake. Well, I guess I was awake at work. I was a little tired at work today, but a little bit. But anyways, I put that at lunch to where I wanted to go. So I'll just assume I know what the hell I'm doing, and we'll just go from there. So what do I want to do? I want to test a couple things. Number one, to make sure that at least this part's doable, because if it isn't, or if it's changed, I may toss things up a little bit. I'm going to go over to the Brunswick sub. I wanted to try that one out first and see what's doable. So I'm going to run a little bit of trains with no traffic or anything like that, just to get it going. And by no means this is a diversion or anything like that. I just want to get things going or set up. I don't know where, well, we'll see where he goes in a minute. But we got the Doggy Olympics going on upstairs again. I just get excited this time of night. We go for walks or hard outside. I don't know. I'm so mean. Okay. Okay, there's the Brunswick sub right there. Perfect. So let me first take this over to a darker time. No. Industry tag. There's a train that goes down here, and I'm trying to remember which one that is. I'm not sure. Well, I know the local freight, or at least I thought I did. I can't think of it offhand at the moment. So let me just take a quick look and find it. Guess I should have done that at a time. I will have a shortcut back into here. Just haven't put it in yet. So I believe that will get Savannah. Wouldn't. Alpha is 410. Set to go on the Fitzgerald. I guess it would be the. So we got the Pearson logo. Which one is the Brunswick sub? Confused. I just said Savannah northbound and I couldn't find it. S410, that isn't it. Losing my mind here. Not the ball. It's not Baldwin. Would it be set? It could. Oh, that's the Valdosta. That's going west. I can't find it. Which really sucks because I really want to get the that symbol in there since I'm here now. Blah, 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 blah. Where the hell did I see all the train ones? Okay, well, we'll go with trains. And I will go with Brunswick. Oh, that's why. Okay. The reason why that's not showing up is because I have it set up to come into another entrance point that comes in first. The way TD3 handles it is it comes in differently, I guess. So that's the entrances for it. It's Brunswick sub, so and that's the only place you get it. So it's A774. Let's continue doing that. I don't know if I want to do A774, if I just want to call it Brunswick. I'll just go with that. So we will add the tracks. For now, I'll just... I forget what is down here. If it's a... it could be something to do with pulpwood, but I can't remember for sure. Perfect. All right. So I'm not 100% sure what it is. Could be anything. I'm gonna, for just the shits and giggles, I guess, I'm gonna put just a test for now. It's already in there, so that's, you know, yes, this looks like crap, but that I'll be able to modify later on. Capacity, I'll bring that up to 60. And again, everything's multiplied by 3, so if this is regularly a 20-car train, then it should be fine. Now here's where the difference is going to be. It's set at 20 right now. If I hit it to that and hit 0. Now notice when I go, see, it doesn't stay. It didn't like it. And this could be the issue we're going to have. So 0, I'm going to add the industry. That's interesting. Why did it go red? Really? It actually saved it. Put it to 3? That's odd. Looks like they fixed it. I cannot remember how I changed it, and this is what I was afraid of. There was a bug in this or something where, do you notice how they're all zeros? How do they get there? You see that? Okay. Try this a different way. I don't know if that's going to work or not. I'm going to delete the industry. Which sucks because I got to go right back from the beginning. But I got to do it now and see if I can get it to work, because if I can't get it to work, and I believe I had to do it a certain way to get it to work. It's not the traditional way. Personally, I wish it was part of it, but it isn't. So, you know, it is what it is. Let me find that signal. It is somewhere around. Okay, there it is. We'll start it right here. Hello. All right. I don't like how that's not. It used to go to 0 automatically, but, or at least I thought it did. So what I'll do is I'll edit the tracks, and hopefully it will blank everything out. This is what I'm hoping for. Because it's got to do it just like those other industries are set up, the older industries are set up to do. But it doesn't look like it's going to let me. Not doing what I wanted to do, which sucks. Shut up, dog. I don't know how I did it, to be quite honest. So I was able at one point to get this to go to 0. I can't get it to go now, unfortunately. Down. The only way I can get to sit is a minimum of 1 hour. Anyway, I was going to try a decimal. That won't work. I mean, in theory, I could, as an AI, have it sit there for an hour. Not ideally what I would want. Now, normally, I wouldn't worry about this too much. Because if I'm simulating, let's say for example I'm simulating that the train is working out on the line somewhere, then yeah, 1 hour is reasonable. So I set that up, save. Okay, so I do that, and it's 6:16 a.m. Now the way it was working before, if you look at, I think Callahan sub had it. If I still have it, see it though. Did I get rid of it? Oh, I think I got rid of Callahan sub. It said warning about the industry. Okay, hold on a second. I have to do the unfinished industry first. Really? Cancel new industry. That's what I want. See, there's some old ones in there. See all these old ones, right? Like even when I did A779. Oh, is that it? But you notice in Miami. Okay, so in the new version, they put 24 as the default setting. But if you look at all the old industries, they have zeros on them. But see how the new ones, like I don't know what Sparky's farm supply is, but it's the new, like, I don't know how new, but you look at some of these older ones in here, like Winston's a fairly new one that I put in. Look at some of the old ones, and they just have zeros. That's I guess what they consider to be a bug. So they don't like this zero thing. I wish they had a minimum of zero. They don't. I'm just gonna have to live with it. So I'm not gonna waste any more minutes on that. It is what it is. Fine. Let's live with it. There was an issue with indexing going on in this as well. So that's okay. It is what it is. So let's test it out then. I mean, really, there's nothing much to test. So the way it would work is the AI train would be coming in, say right here, Baldwin, set up. So let me just set up a quick, dirty, and simple train, and then we'll see as far as how this would work, as far as from my vantage point, anyways. So this is the push-pull idea that I was talking about. Forgot to tag it. Forgot to load it, for that matter. Okay, give it back to me. So it would have to come in past, once he gets past this signal. Now I'm not too sure how fast these guys slow down or how fast they're going in or what the hell the case may be, what the speed is. So I just heard him going. Of course I'm going to have to speed up time by an hour. So of course you have a push-pull operation. We've done the, we've got that all set up, so that's good. Okay, assume he's spot. Oh, that restricting? I thought it was red over green. Whatever. I have a bumper at the end of these, and I don't think it would matter anyways, because they would just keep going. So I gotta hit at the bottom. Cute. Love some of the horn sounds they'll make in different areas. Okay, I gotta pay attention. Does it stop right away when it does that? I'm sure if it sounds like it does. Keep going then for a little bit. Curious how much room it has for the average 20-car train, which it looks like it has plenty. All you do is I'm playing with that. I mean, you could drive it in yourself. It's not an issue. And if you're working Waycross, here now I can just click hold. Relinquish and stop. It's relinquishing just like that. Got all the cars that are now showing with its thing. And if I was to set it to 730, 729. You can see now it's empty. Pretty random, and of course, because it's relinquished, all I have to do is take this guy, set this lead unit, AI recrew, and away he comes back. And then I could, you know, hit Control 1 or whatever I have set up for my yard. Right one. And just like that, I bring them into the receiving, and that's all there is to it. You got any better signals than that? Just honking for that bridge. So that's as simple as that. I mean, that took a little while, but... Now, the way the bug was working before, as I said, if a player was to drive in here, he can go do it, relinquish the train, and it would, boom, it would set. So, I mean, there's only a couple places to do that. There's here. Now, he's heading back, but I'm just going to delete him anyways. There would be that one. Kill that too. I haven't set up the other ones yet. I suppose, well, I don't really need to. Eventually I need to, but just double checking. Callahan sub to Baldwin. Blah, 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 blah. Anything going that way other than what I already have set up spawns, which is fine. The other one is Grand Junction, which I don't think is big enough. What I mean by that is there's really not much I can do. Ooh, there is actually. If I really wanted to. Can I go further? Oh, I can. Oh, okay. It's bigger than I thought it was. Well, that changes things for Grand Junction as well. I'd have to play around with that. Signals over on the other side, I guess they are. Switch, I guess, would be that way. So what's that coming? Well, that's interesting. I didn't think I had enough room in Grand Junction, but that should handle. There's a what the is that? That's one that comes out of thing. That's a train that comes out of Waycross as well, but it goes to Jacksonville. Yeah. Now they got it set as a 2,000 footer. I think I don't know what's supposed to go that way, but that's another one that I would have to somehow consider at least. 2,000 feet might be pushing it. Do I still have or not? Oh, I do. Okay. Hold the phone then. Well, see, I'm already at 2,000 feet technically anyway, so this is with the average length of a car, which is different. Just out of curiosity, let's see. I'm not going to run the whole thing. I just want to see how far it does go. Really, it doesn't matter if it's even part of the junction or not. It doesn't have to Y here, although in theory it could. That's a Kingsland sub. That'd be a fun local to run. Possibly. Just to see how much room we have coming from the switch. And again, these are all locals that I'm wanting to get put in play. They have to be put in play, at least figured into, before I start running again. So that's why the bit of the emphasis there. I should have, well, I should have plenty of room. Not much, but probably enough. Yeah, I should be fine. And in this case, I wouldn't have to double up. I could just run a normal turn or whatever the heck I was going to do there. So that works out pretty good. I don't know if Tom was doing that or not, if he was using that or industry or not. You can't run, you know, big trains down there, but you could certainly run the others. Other ones on here, I won't set that up tonight. I'm gonna probably get a little bit focused here at 9:46. I don't have too much time. Florida East Coast, I'm not worried about right now. I don't have anything specific that goes down there, at least in my data. So I'm not going to concern myself with it. Getting back to the Waycross screens, there is a Pearson local that goes through Thomasville. There's another one. Jessup's an interesting one, because I have a train that served Jessup, but I also have indications that work was done at Jessup itself. And I know there's tracks there, but I don't really know too much more about it. Trains spawn in and out of North Ludowiski, so I mean, in theory, I could do something there, or maybe the siding. But I don't know if, yeah, I'm just not too sure about that. But let me take a look at Jessup. Because if I have a train that comes across here and I still have main lines going around, I may want to, well, I will use that siding if I have to spawn stuff. And I will need the end of track if anything's coming that way. So I can't hold up the main line for an hour. Thomasville sub, that's a different story, because it's DTC, or so, I don't even know if I have one that goes down the Fitzgerald, to be honest. Now that I'm thinking about it. Well, let me just take a look at Jessup real quick. And by the time 9:48, by 10 o'clock, I'm going to start working on the main the main players, just to give me an idea of how long I've got. Not tonight, because I know I don't have much time tonight, but how long it's going to take me to get certain aspects in. So with Jessup, we've got, from my understanding at least, there's what I guess could be considered what was a wire connecting track of some sort that's abandoned, I guess. Yeah, I don't know for sure. I don't know what that is. That's West Jessup. Here's the little connecting yard thingamajig area right here, right? I knew there was a connecting track around that way. Wanted to. Coming out of West Jessup, there's one service track / siding, I guess. Which I would imagine gets a restricting signal. Got a dash. Yeah, it's getting restricting. It gets a Not gonna. It's considered yard trackage. Once you get beyond here, actually, once you get beyond up here, then you're into a yard area here. So there is a bit of a yard, but I got one big ass service track here on the side. I'm just trying to think as far as lengths. That's all I'm looking at right now. That's why I'm using this guy as a pointer, or as a measuring stick of sorts. So that's kind of right there, pushing a limit already. Then you got to cross over to get over. Really can't put anything down there, not with all the crossings in that. Track by got like less than 10 minutes before the top of the hour, so if I'm gonna do it, I better take a look real quick here. Savannah northbound, I don't have anything listed, which is interesting, because I thought I had a train that goes down. So I've got A724, which is a local that runs down the Fitzgerald sub. Got a Pearson local as well. Both of them going pretty much the same location, 724771. All of them are for the Fitzgerald sub. Valdosta, I can do that. Only because I'm in a territory that's not that busy, plus I have a siding to work off of. I think at least one. Not sure, not positive I should say. But what's the signals coming out of here? Just out of curiosity. As you're coming into dark territory, sometimes you don't get a, depending upon the railroad, you may or may not get the signal, but this one's giving it. See, and they're only giving the red and green. They're not even giving a yellow because there is no block occupancy beyond it. So when I look this way for the Valdosta, first shot of the night. Okay. Sounded a good idea. So trains spawn out of the siding here at Manor coming up. I could time it and occupy Manor for an hour. I could do the same. Honestly, I could do the same thing for the others now that I think about it. The main's not big enough for it anyways, so manor siding's probably probably the best place to run a train like that down. Again, for AI purposes, I would probably do a push-pull anyways. But at least then I have a place to put it in, set up the switches. He's not going to go beyond the exit switch anyways, so that would be perfect, actually. But again, I don't want to focus on those ones too much. I'm just curious. The only other thing with Ludowiski is I got... Well, I really don't have anything. It's Bolin that I have this stuff going to. And Bolin is an interesting one. It's not so much that Bolin, because the trains spawn in Bolin siding, it makes it a little bit difficult to spawn anything out, especially with that 1 hour limit. I could, in theory, do the main line instead. Problem with that is if I do the main line, then if I have any trains coming this way, they're gonna either have to, well, hold on. I could route them around it. I could route them around it and do the main line. That'll work. Do I want to do the same for the other? Why not? Yeah, so I think I will use the mains. And I'll route anything, whether it be a spawn or outbound train, I'll just run them around. Sounds like an idea. Okay, so I think that'll solve that issue. I'll do Grand Junction as well. That's you know, easy enough down the road. Shouldn't those won't take anything. But like I said, that as far as top priorities go, it's 9:58. I'm just going to take a quick look now at what those priorities were. I gotta read this and make sure I understand where I was at. So like I said, not as fast as I would like. I had to test these things. The reason why, and I know they don't seem too big, they seem a lot more minor. It all has to be in if I'm going to start running again. So I have to go through these things. Find out what's working, find out what used to work isn't working, or what was broken is now fixed, which unfortunately I had a funny feeling, and I don't know how I tricked it before. I think I corrupted the database. I was able to corrupt the index by screwing around with the order of the industries, and I managed to get a blank record or something. I forget how the hell I did it, but I was able to trick it. It didn't always work, but it would work sometimes. Anyways, maybe there was something else that I did. I forget how the hell I did it. If any of you guys know how to trick it, then let me know. I'd much rather put a 0 than a 1 hour wait. But I'll settle for 1 hour. It's better than nothing. And fortunately, this came out with the third the third update, because the third update had it not come out, I wouldn't have been able to do the fake industries, and they would have fixed that. And had that happened, and I didn't get others other than Callahan done in time, I would have been screwed. Or, well, I wouldn't have been. Yeah, I probably would have been screwed. So I no longer needed the Callahan. I no longer needed the instant stop. If you guys remember what the hell I'm talking about, what I used to do was when I was playing around with it just before Service Pack 3 came out, I stopped the train on the Callahan sub immediately. Had it relinquish, spawned an AI, had it relinquished, treated it like an industry, had it set for 0 hours, and it tagged every industry, as opposed to using the as opposed to using just a you know, you set like 10 tags for a train, and that's because I don't like how it does it. I don't like how they tag the trains itself. In other words, when a train starts off and you have the tags, you list the tags at the window. I don't like it. It just divides it up almost evenly across with a few overlapping or overhanging remainders that iron out the train, and they have the loads at the front, empties at the back. It's just, yeah, it's not fun. So thankfully, when they did the fix, the industries, they also brought out that build 3 more importantly, so that solved both issues. It just, unfortunately, we lost one little flexibility out of it, but it's not a big deal. No, it is what it is. Nothing major, nothing that's going to impact operations that a workaround for us can't do. So 1 hour is good enough for me. I'll live with that. This means anybody who wants to run that little short local is only gonna be able to run it one way, and you know, if they want to run something else, they can and come back for it, or else that's it. But it's not going to be an interesting local, anyways. It's just it's more of an AI local, to be honest. It's just to get cars in and out of the yard and operate it as if it was operating like a local, even though it's really running off the screen. So it says the first thing I'll focus on tonight is getting the local industries from Raycross. That the local industries, well, see, that's the ones that I was working on. Yeah, so that's what I did. Yep. Yeah, it gives me a gauge. The priority number 2 is what I was going to do. What I can still keep working on those local industries, and it actually wouldn't take me much to put those in, to be quite honest. I just don't have the I don't have the setup just yet, but let me put those in first and get priority 1 out of the way, and then I will have plenty of time to work on the other. So let me put this back up to 5 a.m. or maybe 4. It's a little too dark. It's okay. Okay, so that's Boland's siding. I have to decide whether or not. Just thinking. We have 2 trains that are running Fitzgerald. I don't think that's going to matter. There should be no reason why I can't run any symbol to that. I'm not even 100% sure if the trains that run to Bolin are an issue. Like for example, if it's if there's two different trains, which apparently there is, I don't think I can go any further than, well, I'm going the wrong way with Bolin. Probably go off that way. Okay. I just want to see coming inwards if there's, oh, we got much of anything. Just seeing if there's anything else that I can. Doesn't look like it. Not really any other industries that, or yards. I'm just looking to see if there's any service tracks that I can foster up, but I don't remember seeing anything coming in. When did I leave? I didn't think I had a signal on there. I've never noticed that before. It's just kind of weird that it's a triple light, but it's not it's not a does that approach slow, I guess. Oh, I see. Yard entry doesn't matter. So it's going to be an approach signal for there anyways, and it just acts like a restricting signal unless it goes into give it to me that time. Oh, that's why. So what if you go this way? Nicer to me then? I've never seen an intermediate that has a triple light, but I guess that one does. Okay, never mind. Just curious. I'll get distracted. I get that took 10 minutes almost. Okay, let's do Bolin. And I'll figure out how I want to do it. So, not 100% sure yet, but figure it out. So, tracks for the main. Best time, the evening to do that. Dawn and dusk. You know, I never realized that this might be a very easy way to do a survey. Not that, yeah, I'm not talking about being able to create your own spawn points necessarily, but in an RTS type environment, something like this can actually pinpoint the small blocks because it's actually, the length is changing dependent upon the track section size. As far as I know it is anyways, but interesting. Guess I'm gonna almost have to do this twice now that I think about it. Kind of sucks. Takes a while to do. I gotta do it for 2 trains, and I gotta do it. I've got to do it for both of them. Well, not really. Now that I think about it, I could probably call it twice. It's just the train number, then it kind of tagging purposes when you run it. It's kind of want to have both, so I guess I'm gonna do both. Man, this is taking forever. Or where are we? Deadly. Obviously, I don't need this long. So once it's in, it's gonna stop. So that's good enough. Now, back to this. Close that. So these were Thomasville West trains. Or no, I lied. Fitzgerald northbound train. Oh boy. We got Pearson. Pearson local. whatever the name of that one is. I'm just gonna, I don't know. Lack of a name. A7, so I've got A771 and A724. Both going that direction. A771. Just thinking far as what? Search using the closest track. That's interesting. I never noticed that feature before. Okay, so I just want to call it A771 and get it over with. I think I do. Yeah, I do. So again, just as a placeholder. Or center beam flat. 724 had this industry. Copy it, but I don't think I can. Nope. Torture me. Not right. I'm confused. Oh, I was in the wrong. This. Okay, now I'm going the other way again. I must have been hitting the ones. I don't know. What was it? Okay, there we go. Signal. It's back. Oh, there we go. So this going through with all the yards and all that other stuff, that's not as important, but this part is. And no, this part isn't assigning the actual cars and the demand yet. That'll come last, but I wanted to get this part in there because I figured I had time tonight to at least get that part in. Because it needs to be in. There's no if and way around it. Once I have these in, then it's just a matter of being able to assign things. Now, unlike the fake industries, these are real industries. That's why I have to assign them more than once. Or assign a long enough track, I should say. Give it multiple trains. Too bad you couldn't have a start end point in it, which is like, boom. There comes the end. Again, as long as it's in the signals, that's all that matters. AI trains are not going to go beyond it. Okay. One last check. Did A771 now. This one's A724. I think that's what I called it. I can't remember. Center beam flats. Empty. For now, we're just using center beam flats. That. Choosing the same area. Okay. Getting there. To the Montgomery sub. Thomasville sub, I should say. Thought I did, but maybe I didn't. Enter. Hold on a second. Find out real quick. First of all, let me double check. I know I got the Brunswick in there. I haven't done the other one either. 1025. Do I? Yeah, no, I really should. I hate doing these little small ones, but they lead to something, right? And I'm not going to get a whole whack of industries done anyways, so who am I kidding? So let's see. Let me see here. Lose my voice. Actually, I'll take care of that. I'll be right back. Give me a minute. All right. Fitzgerald. Savannah, we don't have to worry about. There's nothing there other than the locals. Thomasville is the A778. Valdosta. I have that in there. I haven't put that in there. Where is that? Okay. Thought I had one in there. Newcastle Shipyard. Just curious. Hey, don't worry about it. I thought I did something out this way. What's that? Search using the... I don't know what that search using the closest track is. I'm not 100% sure what that button does, but I thought we had Manor in here anyways, for some reason. Brunswick subs in. I didn't do it. Okay. Now for this, I'm going to have to, I can do, oh crap. I hate it when that happens. I don't know if we have a man there yet, but I'll find out. Okay. So that's A778. We use him. This is just a placeholder, nothing more. Once I go through and decide a little bit more about the industry or what, you know, I can do or can't do, that's when it'll probably be one of the last things I do after tomorrow. Tomorrow will likely be the big night, where the builds for both the north, two main north routes go. So I'm gonna start editing the tracks now. For this one, I can't stop it at the sign, despite the fact that that's where the main lines are gonna stop. I gotta stop it as close as I can, only because it's gonna run to the switch and I can't risk it. Wow, did that really just do that? See what I mean? That's a lot bigger of a track, huh? That's nice. Like that. I love it when it does that. .500-meter shots. That's because there's no grade differences there. Just goes crazy. Okay, that should be good. That didn't take long. Okay, so Manor's in. So I got the Thomas fill sub. I've got, there's nothing I have to worry about up here. There's nothing that goes down that way. I thought there might have been, but there really isn't. Other than the industry or the whatever is supposed to switch up there, which I thought I had. I guess technically it's listed as a Fitzgerald subtrain, but I'm not sure on that. I gotta see that. So A778. Oh, I know which one I just did the two Fitzgeralds before that. Just 771, 721. I still have nothing listed for the Savannah sub. I thought there was something. Almost, yeah, I'm gonna take a look at southbound. Just to make sure nothing's coming out the other way for some strange reason. I don't see anything. I look at the list of trains. See, Brunswick local is one of them. Across Florida, local 773. Savannah, that doesn't run our area. $723 says nothing to run. Hold on a second here. Where's the Savannah local again? See that? I don't think I have to worry about that. Hold on. So, whoa. So there is a Savannah local. A 768. The problem is I don't have this recognized at D2. But it is indeed a train. Which means I have to do Savannah. Which is almost impossible. Because of the locations. It's just, I don't know where I would put it. It's, I'll check the raw data on that one. In fact, I should be looking at the raw data that might help me. Especially if it's sorted. Well, it's not. This is new. Go to trains for a minute. I'll go back to it. So 723 I think we got. Or do we? There's a lot of these weird ones here. I don't know what the hell 723 is. Enters at the Fitzgerald sub. So we got 723. Yeah, I don't know what the hell that is. $768, $723. 772 is the other one. That one I know. Just seeing if it was on there. I'm gonna have to start marking these off because Fernandina Beach is one I have to put in. Savannah's one I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do with. And then we've got that other one, which comes off the Fitzgerald sub into Rice Yard. So those are 3 trains right there that I need some type of attention to. See, and the problem is those are just the scheduled ones, which really that does nothing for me. I gotta go out of there and go back into figuring out the raw data. Fortunately. Can I sort? I should be able to. See why not? Shouldn't affect my tree. Let me just double check. See, that just sorted it. It's kind of so I didn't do a sort. Oh, I can do a sort by action. Uh-oh. Afraid of that. That. Sort action. See, the rice burl doesn't run, for example. But the other ones are all scheduled trains. Then there's the descriptions. The Voltosta. So one comes in. See this one right here, 723, 724. I'm not 100% sure if that's just... Is there a multiple? Sorry, guys. Okay. So 723 and 724 is going to be an interesting run. Savannah local works. Blackshear. See, there's your Jessup work again. Doctortown. Jessup, Doctortown, Forest River, Swamp. And it does return eventually, but it's hours later. So, Blackshear, Jessup, Doctortown, Forest River, and Black Swamp. Back Swamp. What is that? The local. See, that's why when I look at that, I'm thinking to myself, okay, that's got to be something that comes over. Like when I see back swamp over here, that it's actually working. Got the one storage track. And once you get past North Lidwitzky, there's nothing. See where that's headed. Okay, I wanted to go that way. Let's head over towards Doctortown there. 1047. Just checking that. Okay, there's that big ass industry. Doctortown. See, that's telling me. What's the name of that as well, if I can't remember? That's telling me the Savannah local actually switches there. Because it works Doctortown, then it works Jessup. And like I said before, I got to figure out all these things because once they're in, I mean, yeah, I could add a few things later on, but they're just industries. But it's I don't know. I can't explain it. It's just it's one thing that's gonna end up being part of it. I don't wanna dwell on this. I want to get this done tonight. This part. So yeah, I don't know. Let me see the industry configuration. What is the name of that damn thing? I think it's that one. A759. I think that's it. Oh no, that ain't it. Oh, Rand. I knew it started with an R. So A768. Yeah. Okay. So when I look at that, I don't even have a number for A768, or do I? Yes, I did. There it is. Bingo. Now, was there any other ones? Fernandina Beach A772 was one of them. Might as well look at this here. Sure that there's nothing that has a symbol for 772. Nope. $773 is an interesting one. Stops at Folkestone on the way back. Oh, I see. So it enters as 772, but it comes back the next night to work Folkestone. It's kind of interesting. That's something to consider as well. It runs daily, so that do I have anything switching Folkestone? I should. I'm not positive on that. It's not the end of the world if it isn't. Let's see. Nope. Which is okay. Because it can do its thing and then that's it. So A772 would be Fernandina Beach local. Let's find it. It's called Grand Junction. So what it is. This will probably be the last one I do tonight. I would think, but you never know. Be able to fit one more in. Oh, what the hell? Oh, GJJ. Grand Junction, Jackson. That's good. I already forget the symbol. So much attention. 8772. Okay, center beam flats again we'll use for that. Got Manor in there. I think I got them all now. I don't have to worry about Savannah because they're just gonna do that whole thing. I'm not even gonna worry about sending more cars over to Savannah or something. If anything, I'll use at some point if I feel I need more cars. I'll use I don't know. I'll use some storage over at Jessup or something just to represent it. So that'll be fine. Fitzgerald I've already got set up. Everything else I've got set up. I believe that's it. I think I covered them all. Except the big ends of the line for Fitzgerald and Savannah, which is all fake industries anyways. So we know what we have to do with that. And I was hoping to get to at least one of them just to see what the time was going to be like on that, but get to it, which is okay. Pesky little industries are in the way, so now I can just focus on the rest, I suppose. Fitzgerald, or not Fitzgerald, Savannah. I'll get it right. I know I'm at that. I'm getting tired. Let's see here. Should be it. There was something I wanted to do. I knew there was a reason I went into there. So yeah, all I do is I basically make up fake industry codes for those. Tomorrow, so I'll do that, and then I will take the Fitzgerald. Likewise, make all that in there. Then eventually I'll tag back into those industries, those smaller locals. But that's not the priority. The priority is to get. If I get, I did that for tonight. If I get the main lines in, and even if the industries are not perfect, I've always said from the beginning, if the industries aren't perfect, that's okay. The fake industries have to be in though, in order to get the right flows, and then I have to go through. So I'll see what's going on. No promises on how long I'm going to run tomorrow. I don't want, like I said, I don't want to burn myself out, but this is probably the best shot I have at getting as much as I can get done before Sunday. And the way I see it right now, it's just a matter of just going with the data. Just enter it. It's going to be boring as hell. So, I mean, that part was fun in consideration. The other is just going to be data entry. It's not going to be fun, but I don't think it'll take that long, despite my fear on it. But I'll know once we start getting in how bad it's going to be. I'll give you an idea probably within 30 minutes. I'll know how bad it's going to be or how good it's going to be. So anyways, that will start tomorrow, and hopefully if things are going fast, like I said, I'll know within the first half hour. If I think things are going good, then I'll forecast whether or not I'll be running the hump later that night. If not, then I'll have to push it to probably Thursday, but we'll see. Then I gotta do the hump configuration too afterwards. So the hump ain't gonna run tomorrow night. I'm almost certain of that. But it's okay. It's getting there. So we're making progress. Just have to keep chipping away at it. So I'm glad I ran tonight, or glad not run tonight. Glad I set a few more things up tonight. The little new locals, and get them in play, and at least they got a home now. So not a bad night, as little as it is, so, and as boring as it is. So let's see if I can get 3 thumbs down. I'm begging you guys. Anyways, talk to you later. Have a good night.